Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Liga Europe here for round number 14 here in Division 5 for the Mexican Grand Prix and what could be a championship decider here tonight. I am Mike Mike, going to be taking you through the action, and joined alongside with me, he's back. We've missed him. It is XL Tin Can. How are you doing, Tin Can?
Oh, I'm great, yeah. Glad to be back. It feels ages since I've last done it, actually. I don't know why, but yeah, glad to be back, and I'm glad to be commentating over what could possibly be a title winner tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, looking at the championship, I mean, Lars has been absolutely incredible all season. I believe he has a 78-point lead right now, and all he needs to, take the championship here tonight is finish ahead of Steve-O. So that's literally it. All he's got to do is just score points and outscore Steve-O, and I think the championship's all wrapped up for him.
Yeah, it's a simple task, but then again, it's Mexico, and I think every driver knows it's not the easiest track to finish at.
Yeah, absolutely. Very easy to lose it in a couple of crucial corners. Obviously, the S's being the main one. If you just catch a curb there, it can just spear you off. I also find sometimes the traction coming out of turn 3 can also be a bit of an issue for people, and in the final corner also.
Yeah, if I'm honest, I don't like the track at all in general. It just doesn't feel fun to drive at all for me, but I think, I'm not sure if Lars is on the wheel or the controller or not, but I think he'll certainly enjoy Sector 2 if he's on the wheel.
Well, obviously, with this possibly being the championship decider, he'll definitely want to get this wrapped up tonight, because obviously next week we go to Baku, which is a lottery on what kind of race you're going to have
A lot of
there.
chaos. Yeah.
And then you got Suzuka, which once again is a lottery if you're going to make it through those S's.
And then there's Brazil, which if someone else has gathered momentum by then, I mean, it's certainly not the easiest track to confirm a title win, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're going to be going on a lap here with Ryan Belshaw, DRS wide open on the run down into turn 1. I'm predicting the pole position to be around the mid-15s. If anyone gets lower than that, or into the 14s, fair play, but I'm predicting a mid-15 for pole position here tonight.
Yeah, I can see a low 15, maybe, one of them, or two of them. But if they get into the 14s, I don't think they should be in Div 5 anymore, if I'm honest. But yeah.
Well,
Ryan looks very solid right now. Taking it nice and easy.
Yeah, a little bit too cautious on the entry into the S's, I'll say, for that. They're keeping it in 7th and just going over the track limits, which obviously very easy to do there. And it's one of those corners, isn't it, where you just need to have it perfect. You need to pick your line, pinpoint position. As we've got Ben Scott, the next car, who will potentially make it to the line, and it looks like he may just do that as we go through the stadium section and into the final corner for Ben Scott. What's this going to be for the man in the Ferrari? It's a 16.1.
It's a good banker, I think, around here. Like, getting a lap in general around here in qualifying is important. So getting one on the board nice and early, it'll be confidence for Ben, that's for sure. And Swift, who's just managed to do a 16-2.
Yeah, absolutely. And only one person out there on a set of mediums right now, and it is Ibo. Ibo, maybe thinking about saving a set of fresh softs for the race?
I mean, if he's trying the 2-stop, he's certainly better off keeping that fresh set, or maybe even 2 fresh sets. And then have more options for when you come into like latter part of the race, which in Division 5, which you may always need, as Steve goes into the 15s.
Yeah, that's a
Just.
good lap. That's a good lap from Steve-O. Definitely a good banker lap. And honestly, qualifying flies by so quick around you. We've already gone through 5 minutes already.
Yeah, I did. I noticed that in my own qualifying night. I went out for one lap, then suddenly it's like 5 minutes left. I was like, ah. But I think it's because it's just a such a short track. There's always people on laps or out, and you just get carried away almost.
Well, let's see what Lars can do. Lars on a set in the mediums right now, and the delta between the softs and the mediums is around 1.2 seconds. So take this time with a pinch of salt as we go through the final corner, short shifting up into fourth. To the line, Lars will come, and it's going to be a 16.8, and that's concerning for everyone, with the delta being what it is between the softs and the mediums.
Yeah. That, or if he just improves like the Delta said he should, that's a 15.8, I think, which is already pole.
I'm not going to lie, that's what I did on the mediums earlier.
I did a 15.7, I think, on mine.
It was flipping a little bit screwed earlier.
Lix has done a 15.4.
Wow.
That's a very good lap.
I didn't even clock that. Jesus.
I think it just went through. I think.
Lix has had some good performances where it sometimes just falls apart for him at the end, but he's definitely in the past couple of rounds definitely come on with a bit of pace.
Yeah. He seems to be one that's just almost appeared out of nowhere. I think because I
Go on.
Yeah, he's just. I haven't seen much of him personally, but obviously I have missed a few races here and there. And he's just kind of burst onto the scene here, maybe a little too late. In a way.
Yes, we wonder what could have happened if everyone was here from the start. And obviously Ryan early on, he was very dominant in the early races. What could have happened if he didn't miss a couple of races after he had such a decent advantage?
Yeah. It almost ruins the momentum in a way. Like yes, he still last result was maybe a win or a podium, but if you don't race for a week or two, you just get out the groove of it, and getting back into the groove is a lot easier said than done, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. As on board with John as he comes into the first sector, a 28.5 first sector, not a decent. Not a bad one. From,
Yeah, it says
Don.
purple to me. I'm not sure if it is or not.
Yeah, the question is, has he already done a lap and invalid? Because if he has, then the game will just come up saying purple sector for absolutely everything, even though it's not a purple sector, but Codemasters.
Being Codemasters.
Yep. As we got Don in the middle sector, that one wasn't purple, so maybe the first sector was correct on being purple.
56.4 is still a solid middle sector though. Should get him around where the likes of Ryan Boucher and Swip are, I think.
Onto the line.
Oh, even higher. Well,
yeah, 15.6 on Don.
Okay. A good place to be starting as well here, Mexico, with this long straight. It's not always best to have pole going into turn one, so I'm sure he'll be very happy with that lap.
Yeah, and hopefully we don't see the same issue what we saw in Division 4, where a driver did not have the lights pop up in line with everyone else, and it caused absolute carnage. But hopefully we don't have that here in Division 5.
Ben Scott is currently on a lap and looks a pretty decent one too. 2 tenths up currently on his personal best, so it could be jumping Steve-O here if he manages to nail this last sector.
We'll see as he comes to the final corner.
Bit slidey on the way in, but he manages to deal with it very well. And that is indeed P3. Very nice lap from the Ferrari driver.
Yeah, and also we saw Joseph just jump ahead of Ben Scott there, so that lap was absolutely needed. Ryan on a bit of a cool down lap, I think, as Jess maybe going for another lap. I don't think so though, as the ERS is not depleting. board with Aledi now as he comes through the S's. It's a nice line, but a little bit hesitant towards the end. Wasn't sure where to throw it in, but 20 seconds up on his previous lap time, and that is going to put him around just right area, unless he can find a bit more in the final sector. Goes very deep though.
That car didn't look the most stable, and it's still a 16.2, so it's certainly big improvements there for Aledi, I feel. As Lars is now starting his lap. It only hit 28.5 in the first sector.
Ivo has improved on his first sector time by 0.8 of a second. You'll have to see it.
He's on for a flyer. As Lars is taking this middle sector very nicely indeed. Just very flowing.
He's 6 up.
I haven't seen
I was going to say, I don't think he attacked the S's as much as he could have. Kept it in 6th gear. Now, 6th gear is good for some of the corners, but you really want to be 7th coming out of that corner. But to the line comes Lars, and he pops himself up into 4th.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's still going to for the title, which I'm sure is probably the main focus he's got right now.
Yep, as we still waiting for lap times to come from Serial Killer, Frendo, Marcy, Flipnam Zaram, and Ghost Recon, who's out on the set of the mediums right now.
Marcy seems to be finishing his lap, but he invalidates the last corner. Not what you want indeed. As Ghost Recon's got a spinning Mercedes in front of him, that was a bit chaotic.
Yeah, and I think he's backed off because he had to take that little bit of an exit there. Which of course the stewards have told us to keep an eye on, people abusing the track limits. So Gold's backing out right there.
We missed Steve-O put his car into P2 on the grid as well.
We miss everything, but don't worry. It's difficult to keep up. It's difficult to keep up with everything that goes on in Team 5. There's always something that happens. But
there's always something going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I believe Steve-O is going to peel off into the pits now. Frendo's in. Serial Killer has rejoined the session, so that's probably why we haven't seen a lap time come in from him yet.
I don't think he can set a lap time, if I'm right in saying. I think he can go out to get a setup and that's it.
It's a new glitch, isn't it?
Yeah. A unique glitch to say the least. I think they program them on purpose, to be honest.
They have to be at this point.
There's no other way. Because it's such a unique glitch to have in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely. As Ben Scott in the final sector, but gets the lap underway. Looking good so far from the Ferrari driver, so we'll see if he can improve on a 15.8. Going to get us underway now, so let's see if Ben Scott can get himself further up the order. Got a little bit of traffic coming out to the right hand side of him, but fortunately no issues for the Ferrari driver as he breaks down to turn 1 and then validates immediately.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I mean, it was. I'm not gonna lie. It really was anticlimactic.
We had this whole thing going on where he's gonna see his lap and he ruins it in sector 1.
Yeah, I mean the curbs in turns 2 and 3, very easy to just to pick up the validation there, and warnings in the race as well. So you don't want to be picking them up too much in terms of qualifying, because you're going to be absolutely frightened of those corners when it comes to the race.
Yeah, I think if you don't get a penalty at Mexico, I think you deserve at least a podium. Because it's just so difficult.
I can't relate.
Same. kind of got a bit bored today.
You got bored. I was on my own for the entire race.
Same.
But Letty now starting a lap. Letty currently in P9. Runs a bit deep into turn 1. It's going to tighten up turns 2 and compromise turn 3, but he's able to negotiate it, keep it all valid. Let's see what his first sector split is saying. I think he's backed out already.
So it looks like that, as I think his teammate behind him is on another lap again.
Then we got Lixon behind him. Can Lix find more time? He is 400 up in sector 1.
Little improvements.
I mean, they all add up. If he can keep it together and find out again in the... no, he's backed out.
Why is everyone backing out?
I don't know. It is unfortunate to see the drivers back out.
Ryan's on a lap, let's see if he sets one. Currently in P5 in a minute with a decent 15.8, so he'll be looking to improve slightly as he's actually a 10th down going into the first sector.
Yeah.
Not what you want at all.
Maybe just going a little bit too deep into turn 1, compromising himself through 2 and 3. But we'll see if he can bring anything back, and he's invalidated.
He's invalid. It's alright, he has got time to reset and go again. Which is what Lix is doing. Just action everywhere.
I just want to see a lap time.
A valid lap time. That's an improvement. It would be nice.
Joseph there with a 10th improvement. Doesn't jump up any positions, but does improve his time, gets him into the 15s.
And Lix is slightly up again on his first sector split. What can he do now going into this middle sector?
Very smooth for there.
Yeah, it looked a lot stabler than some of the cars I've seen so throughout this qualifying, which is a good sign for the race at least. Just about keeps it in.
Edge here. Still marginally up. If he's got time in sector 3, this is where he needs to pull it out.
Looks very good so far, this sector 3, I will say that. He has finished the lap. Is an improvement.
And it's a
Yes.
big improvement. 2 temps.
That's a statement to the rest of the field, that is.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Stevo in the pits, he's not going to be able to improve. Stevo could also, as you said, having to stay in the pits due to the brand new glitch from Codemasters. £60 for a game of glitches.
Yeah, it's just what you spend your money on these days, isn't it?
Absolutely. Like if you don't buy a game with a glitch, do you even game anymore? That's the.
Is it even a proper game?
Exactly.
Does it count?
As we've got Lars in sector 1 marginally up on his time. I believe we've got Don. He was a 10th up in the middle sector as he's lost it on the final corner. He's not going to see any improvements.
Ryan's gone up to P2.
Yeah, big lap there from Ryan as we got the Ferrari lads. I believe both of them coming into the pits.
Now, what? Lars is just under a 10th up on his lap.
If it does set a lap.
What I've seemed to notice from Lars is he keeps it in the high gears a lot more.
Ooh, and that's why
Compared to
he
us.
puts it up into P2.
I might need to start using these tactics. As he gets him on that front row for the massive straight that is lap 1, turn 1. And I'm sure he's more than happy with P2 on the grid. I think that is it. Unless Frento. No, Frento's not on a lap either, so that is it.
Yep, and that is going to be Alex taking away pole position with Lars alongside, Ryan in third, Steve-O in fourth, and Steve-O really does need a result here tonight.
Yeah. Steve-O
Actually,
needs...
apologies, it is 79 points between Lars and Steve-O.
Oh, so... Does that mean he's already won the title then?
No, he needs 78 points at the end of this race to seal it.
Oh, so... Even simpler, let's say, for Lars. As we're waiting on Serial Killer to retire in the pits. Which is always fun.
Absolutely.
If you can hear this, Serial Killer, please retire in the pits. We want our 50 seconds. I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, we can't talk about a fantastic result tonight in the rugby, Wales beating Australia.
Could talk about Villa winning their first game under Steven Gerrard.
Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, of course.
I tell you what, it would have been an absolute swerve ball if he went to United, wouldn't it?
I don't think United would have liked that in the slightest, to be honest.
Yeah, but it would have been
It'd be like
absolute
Benitez to Everton.
But here we go now, we're running for the order one more time. It is Lynx on pole position ahead of Lars in second place, Ryan Belshaw in third, Steve-O in fourth, Don in fifth, Ben Scott in sixth, Joseph in seventh, Aledi in eighth, Marcy in ninth, and then we got Swip rounding out the top 10. Outside the top 10 with free choice of tire compound, we got Frendo, Flip Namzaram, Reich, Jess Games, Sir Ibo, Ghost Recon, and Serial Killer will be starting from the back of the grid. 17 cars here tonight. Strategy around here is it's got to be the two stop, haven't they? If you're going to try the one stop, just know the hards are abysmal.
Is that from personal experience?
It's just, it's just logic.
I mean, Rick and Diffrey did pull off the soft hard and did quite well, to say the least, on those hard tyres, so it is possible. Just probably not for everyone.
I mean, I was keeping up with a hard runner on 10 lap older medium tyres, so
Yeah, they're not the fastest, that's for sure.
Absolutely not.
They're probably better for keeping it clean though, because you're driving slower, so you don't actually have to exceed track limits so much.
I don't understand what you just said. Like, you have to exceed track limits. Like, you have to. It's Mexico.
Yeah, I suppose it is part of the track. Yeah, exceed the track limits. It's just part of the race.
Do you even race at Mexico if you don't exceed the track limits? Like, even if you pick up one.
Does it actually count as a win if you don't get more than 20 seconds worth of pens?
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like,
That's all I'm saying.
I believe at this track, what I once had about 40 seconds, maybe 50 seconds to time pens.
I think I've been disqualified once, maybe even twice, from penalties here. They did the same again today as well, so... Yeah, the gift that keeps on giving, Mexico.
Absolutely. And then we go to the gift that keeps giving even more next week at Baku.
That is actually a good track, though.
Yeah, people don't like Baku, and I personally think it's just because they're scared.
Yeah, they're scared of the castle section and the walls.
And looking at the tyre strategy,
Jess is
everyone on the set of sauce,
very
apart from
brave
Flip
going on
and
those hards.
We were
Hards
just
from the
talking
start.
about it. We were just talking about how the hards are not the tyre to go on.
If you're going to go on them, you go on them at the end, not the start.
Jess is going to absolutely plummet through the field, I think, at the start. And
Flip could be one to watch, that's for sure, on those mediums.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously the softs, while they are rapid, they do not last very long around the circuit.
Yeah. It must make it is what makes the strategy more interesting.
So what would you
Because
go for? A soft, soft, medium, soft, or double medium stint?
soft, medium, soft, I'd go for if I was in the top 10. If I was Flip, I'd go medium soft, but which RJ himself did do, I think, today. So it is doable.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think I took the mediums like 24 laps and they were on like 50%. So
Yeah. And if you've got a fresh set of softs as well, those 12 laps are a lot easier then. So it is, yeah. Nothing's set in stone, that's for sure. And hopefully, if it's anything like the real F1 race, I may be falling asleep by the end of this. But if not, we're in for a good race.
when it comes to D5, you'll never fall asleep. There's always something going on.
That is a valid point. Yes. Lix and Lars line up in their grid slots. And now we wait for everybody else, which is just so fun. Feels like an age when at the front of that grid, waiting for everyone else to follow through.
You can't tell that me and Tinkan are terrible racers here today, can you? As we wait for those 5
Our
red
mood has
lights.
really changed.
Lights are out and we are underway, and it looks like a very good start
Oh.
for for everyone apart from Don, who's flying
And Joseph,
down.
who spun from the start. How's
wonder if
Don
they had the
15th
same-
as well?
I wonder if they had the same issue as Joseph actually been disqualified from the
Because
session.
Don just
Oh,
didn't
the serial
seem
killer
to.
in the wall,
Oh,
I think. Oh my god, what's going on?
oh
in
my
turn
God, there's
2 or 3?
chaos. Everyone's just stopped.
Oh, a Red Bull and a Ferrari are touching.
Serial killer has had one of the greatest starts in LOE history.
He's down the inside. That's a bit brave. The corner's too tight for that to work. But who's that around his outside? That's Marcy. Marcy
Marty being very cheeky there.
But a very good start from Lars, able to get into the lead. Ryan alongside, now up in the second. Lynx down into third. So not a good start.
Steve-O as well, now in 14th.
We got Swift getting through on Ben Scott there for P4. Oh my god. It's absolute carnage in this midfield.
There's more people going. It just overtakes everywhere.
Yeah, but as Lars tries to pull away. Got Frendo
There's
in the
Frento.
pits. Ghost trying to get past Serial Killer.
And here we go again.
On board with Don for a view of this as Serial Killer using his ERS to get back through on Ghost, and Ghost going to back out of it. Steve-O in behind trying to recover after that start, and I have no idea what even happened at the start. I wonder if someone didn't get the lights like what we had in Division 4.
It does seem that way. I don't think Steve-O and Don should be this far back after how high they qualified as well, especially.
Yeah, and Joseph as well. Joseph getting tangled up
think-
also.
I'm not sure what happened to Joseph, to be honest.
I think he's gone straight into the back of someone and then spun it.
Yeah. And then got disqualified because of it. Which is very unfortunate, to say the least.
What's Marcy there?
Oh, and
Behind
Serial
in the
Killer's
room.
nearly in the wall. Which allows Don and Ghost Recon into the top 10.
Marcy there finding just enough room to make the move on Aledi on the exit of the S's, so very close between the AlphaTauri and the Ferrari as DRS has now been enabled. Obviously we won't have DRS for the main straight and the run down into turn 4 this time around, so it's pure ERS and slipstream. And obviously with, as Marcy did a big old lunge on Flip, doesn't work out though, as he's going to look for a switchback. And now it's going to work.
That's the first penalty of the race. Courtesy of Ghost Recon.
Flipper's had a very good start here.
Yeah, he's doing a very good defensive job at the minute. It's very wide though there, and Marcy's going to sense that. And dive it down the inside, and does force his way past. Good move into P6.
Yeah, Marcy does not want to play around here today. Steve-O picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that's horrible for him and his championship hopes here tonight, because he has to beat Lars to keep it alive. And Lars right now leading the way. Steve-O only picking up the 1 point at the moment. And it's not even that, because he's got the 3-second time pen now.
Yeah, he needs to settle into this race quickly, I think. And just one driver at a time and just see what he can do, really. He's got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, as up towards the front, legs closing in on Ryan, but not making the move. Ben Scott, similar situation, but here comes Flip back on Marcy. Marcy going to try and outbrake Flip, and
Flip is doing a very good defensive job here on those medium tyres. As Marcy gets a bit of oversteer, I think that's going to allow Aledi into P7. Yeah.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing for Marcy is the fact that this double DRS with one detection zone, that's the issue. So he got overtaken by Flip on the main straight, and then he was never really going to be able to combat anyone on the run down into turn 4, especially with the ERS he's already used as he gets onto the curve in the S's, and you don't want to be doing that too often.
As Ghost Recon's got another penalty. As Aledi's going very wide into the stadium section there. This is just allowing Flip to actually get away from these guys, and they can't afford that because these mediums eventually now are going to be as good as these soft tyres almost.
Yep, as Ben is getting through on Swip, I think maybe a little bit of contact. Swip there going onto the grass, which is not what you want to do. And here comes Aledi back through on Marcy, and Ghost maybe having a little peek as well around the outside. He's got the inside. Oh no, he's around. And drops back behind Dibbo.
Not been the best day for the Alpine drivers so far.
Absolutely not. And as you mentioned earlier, these mediums are now going to start to become the better tyre the longer this goes on. So I think the softs technically are still slightly quicker than the mediums.
Yeah, it does seem to be that way.
As Dibbo picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
They're definitely not as bad as they were a few laps ago though. The Flip does have less pressure on him going into the stadium section. As the two AlphaTauris are battling like mad here.
This could be said and done as Don's going to use his. See the red light flashing on Marcy, DRS wide open, he's just going to cruise straight on by.
Very clever driving from Dom, saving up all his ERS there. But he knows, with both of them having DRS, there's no chance of him getting the move done otherwise. And into P8, which is good recovery so far.
I mean, that's also an issue with this circuit. It's very difficult to save your ERS.
As Aledi.
Yep, losing the spot to Aledi.
Walked past him in a straight line there.
But yeah, it is difficult to save your ERS around this circuit. And fuel for that matter.
I just don't know why it's on the calendar, this track. In real F1, in this F1, the lot.
Oh no, that's Ibo.
Oh, Ibo.
Ibo's 30 laps too early for the donuts.
As Don is now trying around the outside and going into the stadium section. just
This is
about.
smart. This is smart from Don. He's
Yeah,
battling
he's forced
Flip.
him out of the DRS. Yeah.
Yeah. Don
Now
using
should
his
make this a lot easier for him.
Absolutely, Don using his experience as a former Division 4 champion, the good effect, and he's going to cruise past Flip. Nothing Flip can do about it. And Marcy could have an opportunity. He's absolutely sent it.
That was. I don't think that was ever going to work. To be fair.
Yeah, Marcy getting very aggressive. I don't think there's any need for this kind of level of aggressiveness right now, because he's gone for it again.
Like.
And that's
and
Steve
Steve.
around.
Oh no. Like, if I'm Flip and I knew that Marty was behind me, like, I'm going to turn in regardless. As I'm turning into the corner and if his arrow's not there, I'm not going to... I'm going to carry on turning in regardless, I think.
We're
Yeah.
seeing how far back he's sending it from. Like,
He's only going to get himself spun if he keeps on doing it, I think.
and he could also give Flip side pod damage as well.
Yeah,
Let's not forget.
which is very painful, especially around this track, I presume.
As Flip picks up a 3-second time penalty, that's his first one. As Don
is
now.
all over the back of a Leddy.
Here we go, DRS, and this should be an easy overtake. Aledi, another veteran here in LOE, so he's going to be smart and not really fight this too much, knowing that he isn't going to be able to defend from it. Save the ERS to come back the next lap.
Yeah. If these two can work out cleverly, they could potentially start catching Swip and Ben Scott in front of them. That is if they can, like, battle without losing time, as done almost. Goes straight into the barrier there.
Ryan struggling in the S's to try and keep with Lixia.
He is really trying to hold on with everything he's got at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously with that 3-second time pen to his name, it's going to be difficult. Obviously, safety cars and everything can change it. You can just see how unstable his car is in that final sector.
And they're both catching as Lars goes into the pits. I was going to say, they're both catching Lars, but as Ben Scott gets a 5-second penalty now.
And Lars going for another set of soft tyres.
That is interesting. He wants to get that advantage whilst he's got it, as he's going to come out in a lovely bit of fresh air. That's for sure. So, problem is, once he catches P10, P9, P8 all in this battle, it's going to be a lot difficult, a very challenging few laps for him to get past all of them.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: like, everyone apart from Flip is on the softs that they started on. They're all going to be coming into the pits now in the next lap or two, so he might not have to worry about it.
Might just miss him.
We've got Ghost and Serial Killer side by side. Serial Killer picking up a 3-second time penalty. Ghost getting the traction around the outside. Serial Killer back down the inside. Ghost, can he hold it around the outside? Still going side by side into the S's, and thankfully Ghost realises smarter to back out of that.
Yeah, I will say Don is catching Swip at a rate of knots here. It was 5 seconds last lap, it's now 2.5.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to lie, from what I remember, seasons back, Don was actually very good at Mexico, so
Does seem to be that way again as well.
I'm not surprised seeing Don close in as much as he is. As we got Flip getting through on Aledi, so this is the telltale sign that the mediums are
The mediums
better
are better.
Marcy,
And look at Lars
fortunately,
now.
over a second back, so could not send it from a second back.
It's a bit too far, that is. As Lars is just going to get onto the back of these guys now, probably by the end of this lap. But he does have that 3-second lead already over the likes of Lix and Ryan, so...
Yeah, the thing is though, Lix has gone onto the set of the mediums. As does
Ryan. Lars needs to push as much as he can now, realistically.
Yep, he is going to be feeling
Oh,
the
serial
dirty
killers in the
airs.
wall.
Oh. Gonna say, Lars, he's going to be feeling the effects of dirty air from these guys, especially in that middle sector as his teammate gets out of the way. And very good cooperation there from the Mercedes duo. But no one else is going to be this this nice. It's a Letty there. I'm not sure what he was doing there. It didn't look like he was going to come into the pits. It looked like a very late dive into the pits.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where he probably like spun on exit and realised, oh, hang on, I'm going to have to pit here. As Lix is now behind Ryan.
Yeah, I was on board with it. Ryan and DRS closed in, and they were side by side for 1, 2, and 3.
Ooh, good move, important move there from the Williams driver. Now he needs to get past Lars' teammate.
Who's not going to make it easy for him.
Especially considering who he just left through.
Ryan is absolutely screaming at his TV right now.
Yeah, you can see almost the infuriation. His blood is boiling. You can tell.
Yeah, he's going to go for it, and
no, don't go for it.
Oh, contact! Oh no! Ryan and Wright there coming together. Now he's going to be absolutely seething.
Yeah, that. I mean, well, I think the stewards are going to have to decide on that one. It wasn't great. I don't think.
No, not at all.
That's on the mediums. It's going faster than Lars.
I mean, Lars now has actually been given a bit of clear air, so he can now see if he can beat that lap time.
Yeah, if he doesn't do this lap, I might be a bit worried for Lars, especially being on soft tyres at the minute.
I mean, he's almost half a second up in the first sector, so that just goes to show how much the traffic played a factor there.
I think he had DRS as well going onto the straight, which also would have been quite handy. He's already on the back of Flip as well.
Yep, and Flip already a pit stop down.
Are the two Aston Martins trying the one stop here?
They very well could be. If they were smart, they watched
Swip's pit.
If they were smart and watched D3 and D4, they would see that the tyres can go that distance.
Yeah, it's just whether they want to they're willing to put it off or not.
As Flip has come out ahead of, Swip has come out ahead of Jess. Actually, it's like Sarja and Starja with these two. Flip and Swip.
Yeah. Yeah. Very similar names, especially considering the teammates. It's not the easiest to remember which one's which at times.
Yeah, I think I had the opportunity to commentate over both Starja and Sarja at one point.
Not the easiest, is it?
No, it's not. I think I was actually commentating over you as well. That might have been the season that you was in Division 2, I believe.
Yeah, my one and only season. Well, maybe not next season, but yeah, I do remember racing them time to time. So
we got Ghost here on the back of Swip. I'm not sure if he got within DRS range. Yes, he did. But Ghost does appear to be rapid on those softs right now.
Yeah, they're 1 lap old, so I think he's going to cruise past Whip here with no difficulty at all.
Yep, as Marcy does the exact same with Jess. Marcy's up into P8.
Good driving from the AlphaTauri. Donny's slowly working his way back to the front 4.
Look how much time he's taken out of Ben in that middle sector alone. Like, he's taken a fair few times.
Yeah, and this is keeping it clean as well for Don.
And obviously towards the end of the race he'll be on the faster tyre, whereas Lars will be on the slower mediums. That could be also a factor as Ryan picks up another 3-second time penalty to add to his woes. He's on the hards now. He's not going to be happy, is he?
No, not in the slightest.
Ghost there with the new fastest lap at 17.4.
A very quick lap time.
He has used all of his ERS though. Around here it is difficult to gain it back.
And the time Don is closing in on Ben Scott, it's going to be a matter of laps almost when he gets up to the back of him.
Yeah, interesting thing is going to be how quickly he can close up to Licks and Lars once he gets through.
Lars is currently on those soft tyres as well, so he will be pitting earlier.
Yep. He does have a healthy 5-second lead right now, does Lars. And you have to say, Championship is looking pretty wrapped up right now with Steve Ho down in 15th place.
Yeah, I think Lars can almost retire at the minute and still win the title today, I think.
And Flipper's peeled off into the pit, so that's his medium stint done.
I think he's going for the 2-stop as well then.
Yep. Set of soft tyres on.
Good stint though by flipping. Now he's going to be rapid for the rest of the race, so...
Let's see where he comes out. He's going to come out ahead of Jess, but he has a nice bit of clear as a leady gets through on Jess up into P9. Marcy and Swip trade positions there. Marcy up into 6th now.
As Don is now well within DRS of Ben Scott.
Yep, and if you're Licks and you're seeing how quickly Don's closed up the Ben, are you any bit concerned?
Yes, I would be.
Should we go straight through with DRS and up into 3rd? I don't think that was the wisest of moves there from Don. Personally, I would have sat behind him and then got it on the main straight.
I think he just wanted to get it done, to be fair, which... It's fair enough. He may have difficulty straight, but... he might just be okay. Ben Scott is burning all his ERS to try and get back past.
And he's going to do it. Oh, contact!
He's tucked on out.
Oh
no.
That's a full course safety car.
Oh no.
Don leaving the session immediately.
I think that kind of says it all.
Yep.
That was not good at all.
Nope, that's going to be in the stewards' reports, I can guarantee you. As we do have a safety car now on lap 17, and for Lars, I mean, I would pit and chuck on a set of mediums. They're going to go to the end. Question is, does anyone else follow suit?
Let's find out.
Massa is going to come into the pits. Lick's also in.
Ben in. Ghost Recon in. Yep. Poor Flip when he's just about to get to use those medium soft tyres.
Yep, and Swip's actually staying out.
No, it's not. Oh yeah, Swip's the only one. Swip. Now that's really good for Lars.
I mean, the interesting thing is that, see, with the safety car, he's not going to be taking too much wear out of it. Could Swip possibly think he could stretch
I'm going to say, could he go to the end?
Ben on a set of hards
and also behind Ghost Recon now as well.
Yeah. I think Ben also picked up wing damage from the incident with Don. It's probably why he came up behind him.
Yeah, unless he had a 5-second penalty.
I mean, it would have been a deserved 5-second time penalty in my opinion, but
yeah, yeah, definitely.
But luckily for everyone in Division 5, we are not the stewards, so our opinions have no merit
Yeah,
whatsoever.
it's pretty much invalid. Our opinions.
But what this does do, though, it does give Steve-O and Ryan a bit of a lifeline here.
It does, definitely. Steve-O is in 13th, and we know he has the pace to be up there.
Yep, the same with Ryan as well. Because I believe the safety car will be coming at the end of this lap now. As we hope the D5 chat isn't exploding up right now, but
we don't know. We're not invited to the D5 chat.
Yeah, our invites were left.
Gary.
Yep.
But
it's too focused on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
yeah, imagine having Ole as your manager.
I mean, he was manager at Cardiff City, so...
Yeah. And what happened there?
We did the smart thing, we got rid of him.
Yeah. Did you get rid of him quicker than Man U have? Because I think
we did. This is what? How long has he been at United now? 3.5 years?
Yeah, around so.
And the safety car is in, and that's a very late call from the safety car. It's going to catch a lot of these guys off guard here as Lars have to back the pack up. He hasn't got a lot of track to really do it, and it's going to get us going now, but the safety car's not into the pit yet. But we're back racing. We've got Ben and Marcy side by side.
Here we go again. Gasly v Leclerc. And, oh god, that's close.
And Flip is in there as well. Oh my god, Marcy, a big snap on the exit.
Now, Alesi's going to try and follow through. Can he get it done Flip this time? He's on the inside going into this corner, which is where you want to be. Can he hold it? He squeezes Flip off. Fair play to Flip, he's still trying to go for the move, but eventually does back out. And the lady does get that 6th place.
Yeah, and I think Ben Scott will just get out of the way of his teammate, I think.
It wouldn't surprise me, as they've already dropped. He's already been dropped by the likes of Ghost Recon, Licks, Swip, and Lars. In one lap.
Hard tyres doing wonders.
As always.
Here we go now. Is Ben just going to let his teammate go through? I think he is. As Licks gets past Swip for 2nd place, so Licks now getting himself up into P2. And that's Serial Killer around again. Ryan's had a decent restart now. He's kept it clean. He's on the back of this this train from a Leddy down now. So Ryan trying to get a bit of recovery.
Steve-O's currently stuck behind his teammate in front of, yeah.
As Ghost Recon gets through and Swip and up into P3 goes the man in the Alpine.
Oh! As Swip nearly bins it there.
Now he splits the Ferraris as DRS has been enabled this lap. Now this is going to be interesting as Flip's going to go for the move on Ben Scott, perhaps trying to outbreak him. Oh my god, Ben almost goes straight into the back of Swip, goes very deep and Flip is through.
And Ben almost has to back out of going into the corner completely.
And here comes Marcy now. Oh my god, is that Ryan on his... That is Ryan on the inside, literally
oh my god,
forcing his way through. I mean, that was pretty much brilliant. Oh no, Marcy.
It's not what you do there. As I think, right, as he's, I mean, that is a decent, as Ben. Ryan then forces out Ben.
This is getting scrappy between these three.
Yeah, it's not a good day for Ferrari, I don't think. Actually, I don't know, Letty's doing well, and Luke did well, so.
Oh, Marcy.
It's a Max Verstappen move. I mean, what?
He's going to outbreak him. Oh, yeah, and that's always going to happen.
Yeah. I honestly
as well.
Almost don't blame Ryan at that point.
And the thing is, he's probably going to go for it again.
I was going to say, is there going to be a dive here? He looks for he looks for it.
Oh, as he's gone. Marcy on the curbs here and absolutely loses it. We've missed Steve-O getting himself up ahead of Frento and Jess, but with what was going on with Ben, Ryan and Marcy, I think that required our attention a little bit more. Ryan with another 3-second time penalty, and honestly I think the steward's going to have an absolute field day with those three.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit like last week's reports by the looks of it. As we've still got 12 laps left yet.
Steve will get himself up into P8.
As a Leddy here at the minute, could he be on for P2?
I mean, possibly, as Marcy's in the pits and retires from the session.
Because he's well within the penalty range of Ghost Recon on Licks, so if he can stay like this, he may have a chance here.
Yeah, absolutely, and actually he just picks it up. You commentator cursed him.
I'm sorry, Eddie.
And here comes Ryan now having a look at Swip. He's going to sit behind him though for the time being. Seems like Ryan's cooled down a little bit with the not the best display of racing that we've seen here in D5 with Ryan Marcy and Ben Scott. I will make it clear, because I do see in the chat and pointing blame at Ryan, they were all bad as each other there. I don't know, what's your opinion on it, Ben? Hello?
Oh wait, my mic was muted and I don't know why.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a whole conversation then. Yeah.
Oh, you're just talking to yourself? That's the first sign of insanity, but...
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty insane already, so...
I mean, you must be supporting Villa.
Yeah.
But, yeah, as I was just saying then, I see in the chat and you know, some comments like directed mainly towards Ryan, but in my opinion, they were all as bad as each other then.
Yeah. I mean, what I was saying earlier was, Marcy did begin it, and then Ryan kind of got caught up in the heat of the moment, which wouldn't have helped his case either. But none of the moves we saw were that good.
Yep, and we just asked for the penalty situation. Ryan and Flip both on 12 seconds of time pens. Ghost on 9 seconds along with Ibo. 6 seconds for Lix and Stevo, Frento and Reich, and then 3 for Jess, Serial Killer, Reich is retired from the session. Serial Killer, Ben Scott, Jess and Lady on 3, and only 2 drivers so far, keeping it penalty-less at the moment, and that's Swip and Lars.
No, it's only 2 drop, yeah.
I tell you what, Lix looks like he is closing in on Lars a bit.
He is indeed. He's almost got back into DRS now. And he's almost dragging Ghost Recon with him.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously with the penalty situation, it's not going to make much difference for them. But if they can kind of force Lars into mistaking that by battling with him, they can definitely find themselves gaining a position on track at least.
Yeah, Ghost Recon's obviously done well to almost avoid all the chaos in a way. And he's got himself into a very good position here, so if he can just get a slice of DRS at any point, yeah, he's almost within it now. So when he does that, if he does that, he may have a chance here. I don't know what. Yeah.
As is Lix, and it looks like Ghost seems very good in that middle sector, but Lix seems so much better in that final sector.
Yeah, he's 8 temps. So if he can have a good middle sector again, he will have DRS this time.
Yeah, as Steve-O gets himself up into P7, so Steve-O on the recovery drive and doing a very good job, I must say.
Yeah, he's working his way through the field very nicely and cleanly as well. And still has some ERS to play with, which is very important these last few laps.
Absolutely, and looks like Ghost is doing a good job. He's just keeping
I
within
think he's
the
got
ERS.
it.
Yep,
He's got it. Here we go. Lix doesn't have any the ERS to play with either because he's used it all trying to get into Lars's DRS.
Yeah, and Ghost now definitely has DRS on the run down to turn 1 and turn 4. So let's see how much he closes up by. I've got a nice little freeway battle brewing up between Flip, Ryan and Steve-O for P5. And that's Ibo around again in the final sector. As Jess and Steve-O kind of battling for P10, but we're going to stick up board with the front. As now Lix is under pressure, he needs to get within Lars's DRS window.
Yeah. He needs to do this lap as well, otherwise I think Ghost Recon's going to have him. As he's got another pen.
The pressure's got to him, he's now level with Ghost for penalties here.
So it's all to play for now.
And you got to think that Ghost is going to get past him on this main straight.
I was going to say, if Ghost Recon can get a good enough slipstream, and he could almost get Lars's DRS by the end of the next lap, as he's not too far off.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if he's going to be able to get this move done.
He's going to go for it.
Yep, Lex tries to move to break the DRS, the toe, but Ghost is having none of it.
It doesn't make a difference. He just walked past him.
And Ghost will have another bite of the cherry as he's going to try and close in now on Lars.
He's got to do all he can now to get in his DRS this lap.
Ghost needs an absolutely fantastic middle sector here to get within that DRS window of Lars, and he's on the teetering edge of it.
He's so close. He needs to use all of the DRS here, otherwise Lix is going to walk right past him again.
Might not be a bad thing, because Lix, if Lix goes straight past him, he is going to get within the DRS range of Lars.
But then it won't allow Ghost Recon to get back past us.
Yeah, true. As Ghost using absolutely everything he has. He's 9 times clear of Lix, and I don't think Lix is going to be close enough, but now we're on this battle for P5. Ryan Belshaw looking at the back of Flip. He's got no ERS to use. Steve-O's going to make the move as well. It's free wide into turn 1.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no!
And they've all gone. Have they all crashed? Oh dear. Division 5.
And safety car.
I mean, it massively helps.
Swip.
Evo's on for a good here. He's not a lap down either.
Well. Now, I was on board, I saw what happened. So, we had Ryan closing in on Flip. But Steve-O had more ERS and the overspeed with DRS as well. to get the double
Yeah.
overtake on both of them. And Ryan was kind of boxed in behind
yeah.
Flip and alongside
Almost
Steve-O,
like double squeezed.
tried to force his way out of that little boxing, and it's caused all three of them.
The front four haven't pitted.
This is interesting.
I'm not sure why. If I was a lady, I would have pit as well.
Frento didn't
for
pit
sure.
either.
Because he would have known. Frento,
Flip's out.
Frento, you should have pit. You're on hard, lad.
Now, this is very, very intriguing now with the Swip, no pens to his name, on fresh soft tyres. And obviously for Lars as well, he's got Ghost Recon and Licks right on him again. As it stands, Lars is going to be crowned the Division 5 champion. But lap 32 or 36, I think it still happen.
It's going to be a 4-lap sprint to the end, that's for sure. And Ghost has looked quicker than Lars as well. So it's definitely not over yet.
Well, Ben's also kind of being thrown a little lifeline after instance.
Being on the hards.
Yeah. Steve-O after that incident.
I mean, Swip's he might get a penalty for part of the incident that we just saw, but
no,
he's got a real good shot. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was Flip, Ryan, and Steve-O. But to be honest, I don't think the Aston Martin did absolutely anything wrong there. He held his line. Steve-O pulled alongside Ryan, and Ryan tried to kind of force a bit of room himself to kind of get the overtake on Flip.
I was going to say, so Swip, if he can get past Frento and Serial Killer, maybe on for a really good result here.
I mean, with the safety car, he is effectively now net P2. Has no pens to his name. The only one that could be an issue for him is a Letty who only has 3 seconds. If Swip spends too long behind the likes of Serial Killer and Frento, and Letty's able to get clear, that could be the main issue for him.
Definitely. As Frento and Serial Killer will lose rapid amounts of time to the top 4, I think.
Frento especially on those those hards.
Older hards than the mediums. Those mediums aren't going to be quick at all now though either.
It was safety car, I think is going to get out for another lap.
He's going to let Ibo join. What? Very nice of him.
Oh, Ivo's got 12 seconds to time pens.
Could have been on for a podium there.
Yeah, imagine if Ivo didn't have a penalty at all. And he got a podium. Imagine the LOE Discord.
I would be happy to put my notifications off, if I'm honest.
I mean, I would cry. I would cry on stream.
Can we just remove Ivo's penalties real quick, or...?
So, if the LOE steward is listening, can we have the power to remove his penalties, please?
Yeah.
Maybe spread him to Swip and Lars.
Yeah. give him 6 seconds each. I think that's more than fair.
We give Lars 6. We'll give Aledi 1, and then we'll give Swip 1.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. That works.
Everyone gets a pen. As Rento's trying to overtake people before the safety car restart. Interesting tactic. I know there is some sort of glitch if someone does fall out of the gap that you can try and overtake him, but I don't think Aledi was out of that gap.
Oh, as he's been given an unfair 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags.
That will be going to the stewards.
Absolutely, a safety car is in this lap. All eyes on this man in 7th place, Swip, on those fresh softs. He's looked quick. Can he get himself up the order?
And those softs are going to be like quali softs now as well. Actually, yeah, they're going to be exactly like quali softs. So when does Lars decide to go? He goes now.
Yep, and Serial Killer's had a pretty shaky restart, and that's going to allow Swip immediately onto the back of him in the slipstream. He's going to go for it. I think
he's going to be the last of the late breakers as well.
Ghost is going to go for it as well, and Lars round the outside at turn 1.
He gets the move done, does he? Oh, and he picks up a pen. Swip. Wait.
Here goes Steve-O now down the inside the Swip. Goes over the curb and a little bit of contact there. Swip holds on, as does Lars. He manages to keep a hold of the lead. Ben Scott and Serial Killer side by side. Ben Scott gets through and up into 8th. And now Frendo. Frendo is an absolute roadblock in this middle sector. And Swip. Frendo's going to go defensive, but Swip. Oh my God, Steve-O there.
He did. I was going to say, he did think better of it, to be fair. And then
I was going to say then I was on board with Steve-O, absolutely sent it. And oh, here goes Swip now. Guess who on Frento, and that was needed. And here comes Steve-O. Oh my God, Steve-O. Jesus.
That was scary.
Now
it's the last lap.
Yeah, it's the last lap, and if Swip can get ahead of Aledi, that's P2. As we've got Licks and Ghost Recon side by side for 2nd place.
As Frento and Steve made contact. Now Ben Scott's trying to force his way past.
This is close right now as Ghost here gets a big snap. Licks is going to overtake him, and here comes Aledi down the inside. He's going to get 2 for 1. Oh, contact!
Oh.
And here comes Swip now. Around the outside, he's going to do it on both of them.
He's going to do 3. No. I was going to say there's no way. As Lars comes through to win the race and the title is with it. Which...
Serial Killer?
Huh? And Jess in P3 as well. How many penalties did Swip in that get? It just...
Swip only had the 3 seconds, as did Aledi.
What? How then did... I'm very confused.
You're confused, I'm baffled. The Serial Killer gets the in-game driver of the day. We believe this is wrong.
I have no idea whatsoever. Hang on. Swip had 6 seconds? No? So I think...
Right, let's kind of recess this now.
I was going to say, I'll get ready to add people to the party.
Okay, so... It may look like the penalties are correct.
Oh.
It may look like. I need to have a look at this at the stream to see the gaps at the end. But the one person you can definitely invite is our Division 5 champion in Lars. But yeah, a very interesting one to say the least. And I think Serial Killer and Jess are confirmed on the podium as well.
Confirms. I'll add them now then. Here we go.
So what has brought an end to a very chaotic end to the race has brought out
one of the strangest podiums.
Yeah,
no
probably
one
one of the
expected
maddest results we've seen in LOE history.
I was going to say, I don't think anyone expected that.
Lady got the ignoring yellow flag. Yeah, so Lady will probably get that 5-second removed and will get second place rewarded to him. But for right now, that time penalty is on his time, so we have to go with what we currently know, which is Lars, Serial Killer, and Jess, as we wait for them to join the party.
Lars has joined the party, I don't know.
Has he?
Yeah, just joined.
You never tell me anything anymore.
He literally just joined.
There's me looking at the stream, but Lars, absolutely chaotic race at the end there, but it seemed like a very straightforward one for you. You got into the lead and you just stayed there. Like, how was that race for you throughout the entirety of it?
Well, my plan for the race was more to outscore Steven. That was my number one goal, of course. But when I came in the lead, I just didn't cut any curb, not even turn 2 and 3. Just took the widest line I could, just to get no penalties, and that really helped me in the end, that I saw. And yeah, for the rest, try to be consistent, and that's mostly it.
Yeah, and it also seemed like at stages in that race. Oh my god, Jaco. Alright, the echo has fixed itself. Happy days. So, Lars, it also seemed like different parts in that race. Ghost Recon was really starting to put you under pressure for the lead on track. Was you backing off, or was you, pushing at that point?
No, I was still like driving my own pace mostly. But in after the safety car restart, of course, I didn't give him as a present to drive in the first place. Always go for a fight, but for the rest, wasn't really too worried because he already has like 6 or 9 seconds penalties, so mostly just my own pace.
And of course, with the victory here tonight, you are crowned the League of Europe Division 5 champion. And
thank you.
who's clapping their hands?
I was. Congratulations, Lars.
Thank you.
We didn't cue the round of applause yet. So, yeah, with that you do pick up the Division 5 championship. How do you feel to pick it up 4 rounds from the end?
It's very crazy, to be honest, especially with the pace of some people in this league. I think really the only thing that is that I won the championship is just to be consistent, like getting good points every race. The other guys sometimes had bad races and just really lost out, I think, about that. But for the rest, yeah, it's awesome. Didn't really expect it yet. To win my first season to win it.
I'm just quickly gonna check the constructors now just to see what's going on there. Obviously, Mercedes came in tonight leading by 11 points. Is that the next goal now for you, to try and wrap up the constructors?
Aston Martin is 11 points behind?
Aston Martin were 11 points behind going into this race.
It will be a tough one though, to keep them behind. But hopefully they get a little bit less points than me. I get some good races again in the end of the season. won't be my favorite tracks, so I hope for it. Hopefully I can still can get the top 3 in the Mercedes team. But yeah, it'll be
Lovely
hard.
stuff. Ben, do you have any questions?
Well, more not about today because obviously you drove brilliantly today. I don't think you put a foot wrong today. But next season, what's your plans now?
I won't be there sadly.
Oh,
I'm going away from home for a year, so
all right.
I will be back after that.
Well, I think we'll happily see you back after that as well then. But
Hopefully.
yeah. But yeah, very well done today, and congrats on the title.
Thank you, and congrats to Serial Killer and Jess. Really unexpected outcome of this race.
Sorry, we're about to go on to Serial Killer and Jess now, and we'll start with Serial Killer. So that end to the race, insanely chaotic. How did you manage to not pick up penalties when everyone else was at the end?
I have no idea. I mean, I think I had 3 seconds after 5 laps, and I was fully expecting to be at 18 seconds or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. And there was a couple of moments, I think I spun somebody or it was 50-50, and then it happened to me as well. So yeah, it was pretty chaotic, and I have a pretty numb right arm actually right now. So yeah, I didn't know. I was 6th, and I had no idea that I was going to be all the way up in 2nd because I couldn't see what the penalties were before me. So yeah, it was pretty crazy. And congrats to Lars, by the way, for winning the championship, and congrats to Jess for being on the podium.
Yeah, so it definitely seemed like in that race was kind of like a battle of attrition for you, because there were certain moments where you was coming for the field, and then you were back towards the tail end, and then you were coming back through, and then another incident happened, and you went back. How did you manage to keep yourself motivated to continue on?
I don't know. It's just, I think after a few laps, especially because I was driving before, and I got here late, and I didn't even get to practice. So maybe those first few laps was me just getting used to the track and all that. So yeah, you're right. I thought I had a great start, by the way, starting from 20th, and I think I was already up in the 10th or something by turn 1. I don't know how that happened. But, and I took some people, and then I have to blame myself because I dropped the throttle into the S's and went back again. And at that point, I thought I'll just have fun. It's really fun. To catch from the back, and whatever, 5th or 6th was what I was expecting. So I guess it all came down to the penalties. Of course, I'm not the fastest driver in the league, many people faster. But as is often the case, there's going to be some retirements. Unfortunately, my teammate Joseph, again, giving me more points than I deserve, I think. But yeah, retirements and keep it. It was a good race.
Of course, with you picking up 2nd, see, you were 7th in the championship going into tonight. Obviously, Harry F wasn't you, and I believe you did finish ahead of, you definitely finished ahead of Swip. And Ryan also DNF in tonight. There's a possibility for 5th on the cards. Is that something that you're looking at now? Maybe getting 5th in the championship?
Yeah, I mean, that's great. Yeah, as high as I can get, I guess. And 5th would be great. I don't know how it works with divisions next season and all that, but yeah, 5th would be really nice, especially in this division, which is pretty competitive and very fair. So, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, do you have any questions, mate?
More focusing on next week, really. Obviously, got PT today. You focusing on more podiums for next week, or going for the win even?
I don't know. What you said? I didn't understand.
Next week for at Baku. What's your hopes for there?
I'm usually pretty good at Baku, but also, it's a coin flip there. If I can keep my nose clean and if I get a couple of safety cars here and there, I think I'll have a good shot. But some of the faster guys in this division, obviously they run with pretty low wing setups. I usually go a couple of clicks higher because that's the only way I can keep the car on the track, and obviously that's a disadvantage. But I'll try to, and you don't really get penalties there, do you? So you can keep the penalties from and also if you just stay out of trouble. I think I got a good many points there.
Yeah, well done, and well done today on that PT. Very well drove.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
And now we move on to the final person on the podium. It is Jess. Jess, absolutely massive congratulations on the podium here tonight. And like Serial Killer, that was a chaotic last lap. But did you think that the podium was there?
No, definitely not. I was like hoping for like at least P8 or something, because I saw at the start of the final safety car that the likes of Ben had like 3 seconds of penalties, so I know I wasn't going to get them. But then when I crossed the line and saw that they got another penalty in the final lap, I was just gobsmacked, to be honest. I was not expecting that at all, and good points for Alfa Romeo tonight as well. So good I was able to help Alfa Romeo in the constructors.
Yeah, absolutely. And it seemed like a very quiet race from yourself. You just went kind of under the radar for most of it. Obviously keeping yourself out of trouble and that. But was there a stint in the race that you felt you was good at, like
The medium stint, the first safety car was good timing for me, because I realised I made the wrong decision starting on the hard tyres. I was just lacking pace, so I was hoping for a safety car. So when the safety car came, I was like, thank goodness. And then even though the mediums felt good,